Hello there, only one Kenobi here, only one. This is only going to be a quick video because I know what I'm doing next. Other than eating tonight, I'm going to go back and watch the last episode of Andor, the season finale, again. I really loved it, man. I didn't just love the last episode, I loved the whole damn thing, man. I thought the whole thing was brilliant, you know. Take a bloody bow, Disney, or whoever is responsible for making that. Tony Gilroy and company, excellent work. Fantastic. That's exactly what I want to see for Star Wars, ladies and gentlemen. What am I filming this for? Well, I opened this at the weekend, and thank you everybody who's watched this video and watched this review and stuff. But you know, that's the last video I did actually. Been a bit tied up this week, so I haven't managed to follow through with a few videos and stuff. But you know, I'm not going to give you a full chronological breakdown of the episode, but I did write a few notes here of the things I liked. But overall, it was just brilliant, man. Absolutely brilliant. And the only thing is, I'm kind of sad and I want to see more, but I can wait. Well, I'll have to wait, you know, and we all will have to wait for more Andor. I don't know when that will be, but bring it on, man. Fantastic. A little bit of housekeeping or channel whatevers, you know, timescales of things. I did have a few videos in the tank that I was going to put out, or I could have put out already. One of them was being Luthen's ship and the potential of that being a HasLab. I've talked a lot about HasLab recently with the shuttle Tidarium, but man, after watching the episode last week with what that ship can do, and you saw a bit more of it again today, I really want to kind of discuss that in more detail. Loads of people have said that in my comments as well. Luthen ship. And absolutely, man, that would be awesome, wouldn't it? And I hope that the ratings now go up for Andor, man. Now we've seen the whole thing, and I know that there's more hype and people are getting more involved in it. And I've been invested right from the beginning, right from that brothel, man. Ever since their beginning, I just was totally invested in it. The style, the cinematography, the music. The music is excellent in this. And it's just, God damn it, apparent that it is planned extensively and thought through. It's got a thread. Makes sense. It follows the laws of Star Wars. It makes me appreciate the original trilogy so much more. What they were fighting for, man, that empire. I'm a big history fan, World War II, Romans, whatever, but that's what this is. That's what Star Wars is, man. You know, like reflecting humanity, the history, and that is what fascinates me about Star Wars, and that's what this series has done so well, you know. Loved it. Where should I begin? Shall we go through the episode? So I've just put a few notes here, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the state of my writing there. And there's in no particular order other than I hope you all watch the end credits and you can see finally what those things were that they were building in the prison. Death Star. I mean, people said that, but we didn't know quite what it was. They did a brilliant shot. If you didn't watch the end credits, I don't know why I'm filming that piece of paper. It's my crap writing. They pan out and you saw these robot things, a bit like the robots that were building Luke's Jedi Hut school in Book of Boba Fett. And you didn't quite know what you were looking at. It looked like kind of reflective glass, like almost like a solar panel of some sort, but it pans back and then you see those, whatever they were making in the jail, and you pull back and you pull back and you pull back, and then to cut long story short, you see the outline of the gun, which is obviously completed by the start of Rogue One, the super laser. That was awesome. So yeah, if you thought, I didn't know what the hell they were making in that prison, but you know, it was obviously something relevant to the Empire and their equipment, but it was obviously part of the Death Star. So if you rumoured that or thought that it was that, you were right. The other things in the episode I really liked, this battle on Ferrix. It started with a funeral. You might have noticed at the beginning credits of Andor, they had this like a trumpet kind of like montage of the theme of Andor. And I thought, what the hell are we hearing that for? It sounded like they were playing it on bugles, but that followed suit for the episode because, sorry, I really don't know what I'm doing. I'm just doing random shots in this room. The funeral procession, and they were all sort of playing trumpets and bugles and flutes and stuff like that, which was awesome. And then that picked up momentum, very somber. To cut a long story short, you saw Marva, a lovely kind of hologram of her, and she sort of did a rousing speech. So much so that the Empire crumbled first, and then you knew it was going to happen. Some guy came out and he tried to stop it, and he put his coat over the projection that, I keep wanting to say BB-8 now, it's B, isn't it? The droid And that started with a massive kickoff. Like the whole crowd just surged forward. The first battle was between like the riot police. And you might have noticed the stormtroopers were just all kind of hanging back, man. They were just sort of watching on. And then eventually somebody said, "Open fire!" And then the stormtroopers got involved and it turned into carnage. So it was awful. Lots of people would have lost their lives on the streets of Ferrix in that sequence there. Luthen was sort of standing around. Everyone sort of came together in this episode. So Luthen was standing around. I didn't quite know what he was doing all episode other than watching on. They were all trying to keep their eye out for Andor. And so there's the fight on Ferrix. Wirral was there as well. You might have noticed, speaking of the shuttle Tidarium, that what's she called now? The ISB officer. She came in on a Lambda class shuttle, which was pretty awesome, which I'd forgotten about that because of the fact that, you know, I was sort of arguing about having a Lambda shuttle for, you know, HasLab. And I said that, you know, it's been in The Mandalorian, it's been in Return of the Jedi, as you know, but I'd completely forgotten about the fact that we had seen it in the trailer. And then you saw who was on board that shuttle and obviously in the show today. And it was, oh God, I've forgotten her name. That's ridiculous. She's awesome though. She's brilliant in that role as the ISB officer, the you know, really competitive and ambitious ISB officer. Now, there was a bit of a tussle on the streets and she was involved in it. And Christ, you thought she was going to get killed or something. But no, in comes Wirral and rescues her. So Wirral gets involved. And then there was a moment, everyone's talking about the sexual tension between those two. Well, you thought that there was kind of an embrace, or she was shaking and she said, I suppose I should say thank you. And you thought they were going to have a kiss. I'm glad they didn't, man. That would be pushing it. I think it should just be an infatuation he's got, or a desire to be part of the Empire maybe. But maybe there was a little bit of a chemistry growing there. You never know. But anyway, so that happened. And what else? So Wirral was there. He saves her. And then the Marva hologram. And then the final thing was at the very last scene, speaking of Luthen's ship, you know, Andor sets, he rescues Bix, and then he sets a few of those people off on a ship, so they kind of escape Ferrix, and then Luthen goes back to his ship, talks to the computer, and there's no reaction. There's a kind of a pause, and then he realizes he's not alone, and in the ship with him is Andor, stood there, and I thought that Luthen was toast, which I would have been absolutely devastated if they killed Luthen. But he sees Andor's gun sat there right in front of him. He stares him out and he says, "You were trying to kill me." And he says, "What game is this?" And he says, Luthen picks up Andor's gun and he says, "Kill me or take me in." Love that. Absolutely brilliant. So right. Because obviously Andor fully understands probably why Luthen was trying to kill him, because he understands himself now how important Luthen is as a seedling or a massive faction of rebellion in the seeds of rebellion for the greater Rebel Alliance. And so he obviously realizes, well, you know, I want to be part of that now. Take me in. And that leads us on nicely to season 2. I hope I've summed that up, ladies and gentlemen, coherently enough. I've just sort of pointed and pressed tonight, but I've just sort of been filming this amazing. This is a great piece, this, man. If you haven't seen my review on that, go check it out. Sadly, I'm not filming with natural light, sadly, but you can still get a gist of the size of it. And as you can see, I've put that clone pilot in that position there. Also, I've got a clone pilot in there as well. I prefer to put a pilot in that position because I've got them spare. I never know where to put them. I'd sooner put them in a cockpit area or in a driving position than anywhere. So there you go. Awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm going to leave it there. Let me know your thoughts. And also to come on the channel, there will be some more quick shots coming up soon. I'm way behind on them. I will do that for you, and I'll also release those videos where I was talking about HasLab for Luthen's ship, and I did also a video talking about the Biker Scout, ladies and gentlemen, and my thoughts on whether or not the Biker Scout, it was a good idea or not that Hasbro changed the TVC name pill to Scout Trooper as opposed to Biker Scout. I have a thought and opinion on that. It might be divisive and that might cause a little bit of a debate, but there's all that in the can yet to be edited. So thank you for watching this video. I have been Only One Kenobi. Only one. Out.